let's immediately cut across to the Election Commission of India. Joining me from there, Aishwarya Paliwal, my colleague. Also, Brijesh Doshi joining us from Gujarat. But Aishwarya, coming to you first. All eyes on the Election Commission. What can we expect if we look back to 2019 first phase hit on the 11th of April? What can we expect? And also, simultaneous elections where the state of Odisha, state of Andhra Pradesh, state of Arunachal, Sikkim, all of that will also be announced today.
Well, Preeti, all of that along with the big Lok Sabha elections, these are the 4 states, the dates for which will be announced by the Election Commission, and also the phases from what we are understanding at the moment. At least 7 phases is what we understand from the Election Commission, Preeti. 7 other phases, from what we are picking up at the moment for the Lok Sabha elections, and the state elections, the dates for that will also be announced. Close to 3.7 lakh security personnel will be deployed, a majority of which will take place in the state of West Bengal. All these other things that we are picking up from the Election Commission at the moment, Preeti. Just 2 hours from now, 3 p.m. is the time when the press conference will begin. And once the press conference begins, since then, the MCC, which is the Model Code of Conduct, will also kick in. From what we are understanding, the result, Preeti, could be somewhere in the 3rd week of May. That's what we are gathering from the Election Commission. All
right, the last time it was the 21st of May, if I'm not wrong, is when the votes were counted. But Aishwarya, I'm going to come right back to you. Aishwarya standing outside the Election Commission. You know, it's there's a sense of excitement and also a bit of worry that, till now you always thought that the dates are coming where elections are concerned, but you never didn't know. And now you have the dates, you'll have the date sheet in your hand. I want to cut across now to Brijesh Doshi and Kamaljeet Sandhu, both joining us. Brijesh Doshi, last time around, 26 out of 26. It was a sweep where Gujarat was concerned for the Bharatiya Janata Party. This time around, there is an alliance on seats where Aam Aadmi Party and Congress is concerned. Especially the seat of Bharuch which is being fought by the Aam Aadmi Party. The alliance looking to maybe snag 1 seat or 2 seats. Any possibility of that?
Frankly speaking, there is no possibility of any kind of fight in any of the 26 seats of the Gujarat. As BJP is very much confident about winning for the continuous the 3rd time, they are preparing for the hat-trick of 26 out of 26. And this time BJP chief has given the target to the Karyakartas about more than 5 lakh leads on each Lok Sabha seat. So that's how BJP is preparing for the hat-trick with a record margin of 5 lakh plus lead. So this kind of preparation is being done by the BJP. Just yesterday, Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal and Punjab CM Bhagwant Mann were in Gujarat, and they both addressed their Karyakartas. They appealed to the Gujarati people that please give us 2 seats from the Gujarat, so we will raise your voice, raise your concern in Parliament, and we are very confident about that. We will form the government in 2027. If you give us the 2 Lok Sabha seats, Bharuch and Bhavnagar, this time, then we will form the government in 2027. So this kind of pitch done by the both the CMs in Gujarat just yesterday, but as well as the Central Home Minister, Union Home Minister Amit Shah started the Lok Sabha campaign from his constituency of Gandhinagar. Yesterday he took the blessings of Lord Hanuman at Ahmedabad, and then addressed the gathering of the Karyakartas, where he said that we made the habit of winning, but we have seen as many as lost in the past as well. So these kind of preparations done by the BJP, and they are very much confident that they will get the 26 out of 26 for the 3rd time again.
All right, let's cut across to Kamaljeet Sandhu joining us from Chandigarh. Kamaljeet, Chandigarh, there is an alliance. The Congress will fight against the BJP. On the other hand, where the 13 seats of Punjab are concerned, Aam Aadmi Party facing off with the Congress. What does the lot look like?
Well, this is a vast region, around 28 seats from northern India itself. I'm leaving Jammu and Kashmir out of this because there are 4 seats of Himachal Pradesh, all taken by BJP, 10 from Haryana, all won by BJP again. Then there's 1 seat here in Chandigarh, which was won by Kiran Kher. So this is the 13 seats which are in contention, and this time the Aam Aadmi Party seemed rather rather confident. Now, there are different surveys which are obviously showing that this could be a combination of the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress, which could take a majority share. But just remember, the 13 seats itself, the Shrimani Akali Dal BJP tie-up is yet to be done. But remember, the seat sharing is going to be done again in this particular regard. And many indicate that if Shrimani Akali Dal and BJP have a tie-up, there could be possible tie-up of the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the Congress. But with almost the 8 seats which have been declared and the others in the offing, that possibility seems very limited.
Okay.
But clearly a lot more is at stake, especially in Punjab itself. And remember, here it is the Aam Aadmi Party which is obviously looking at the majority, looking at the assembly election results, where they've obviously won 92 out of the 117. So this is more like a Agni Pariksha, a test of fire of sorts for the Aam Aadmi Party. But meanwhile, Congress, which had one majority, which is around 8 seats at last time around, this time the stakes are high for each of the parties who are fighting not just for survival but for winning this particular election. May not make a big dent as far as the national politics is concerned, but BJP hoping that with Akali Dal alliance they could at least have 2 or 3 tickets in the kitty.
Well, important, Kamal, that you're saying that if Akalis tie up with the Bharatiya Janata Party, then there could be a rethink in the India alliance. AAP and Congress might as well throw in their lot together where Punjab is concerned, which sounds a little odd because Aam Aadmi Party for now has released at least their list or most of the list where Punjab is concerned. But anything can happen. Elections are around the corner where Haryana is coming in. Word also filtering in right now that Dushyant Chautala from the JGP, who broke up right now with the Bharatiya Janata Party, speculations only, could actually be fielded from Rohtak up against Dipinder Hooda from the Congress, because word has it Dipinder Hooda has a fighting chance in Rohtak. But right now in the realms of speculation, cutting across to Uttar Pradesh, joining me from there, Abhishek Mishra from Lucknow. Abhishek, ultimately let's hark back to the old cliche. The road to Delhi comes from Lucknow, where you're standing. And where the seat sharing is concerned, for the India Alliance, it's happened 17 for the Congress, 63 for the Samajwadi Party. But will it compare to the might of the BJP, which ramrod even the most potent of alliances in 2019 when the BSP and SP came together?
Well, certainly, Preeti, and that way to the Delhi through Lucknow for the India Alliance would be very tough. Reason being is Mayawati standing on her own, alone, and in a way that, you know, even if I talk about the vote share, Samajwadi Party got 18.47 approximately, and the Congress Party was indeed at somewhere 6.5–7%. So total accumulation is hardly 24 to 25%, and against to the almost 50%, 49.98 in 2019 of the BJP, which is now expected to cross this bar in the 24 elections. So that's why we are can say that BJP has again had an advantage in Uttar Pradesh. 73 was the number in 2014, 62 plus 2, 64 with the alliance in 2019. But this time they're optimistic of getting at least 75 seats. Mission 80 is what they're saying. But on the grounds with the preparation, that is what we can certainly say, that it's a win-win situation for the BJP with the hold they have right now. But yes, we cannot forget and we cannot ignore this, that the Samajwadi Party is indeed a major challenger, and it remains to be seen what kind of tickets they will give. That will ultimately be a big challenge for the party.
Well, let's see how potent that challenge is. We'll only know in days to come. Let's also include 2 of our other guests into the conversation. Joining me is Shehzad Poonawala, National Spokesperson BJP, Meeta Chakrabarti, National Spokesperson Congress. Shehzad Poonawala, to say 370, 400 par, a little bit of arrogance there. You've already decided that you are sweeping this election. Maybe give some, a takeaway to the voter as well. Let them decide.
Preeti ji, Mood of the Nation survey is also showing this, and I don't think Mood of the Nation is an arrogant survey. It goes amongst the people, it goes to the masses, it gathers the feedback and then gives the result. So Preeti ji, हम तो आप ही की बात को आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं कि Mood of the Nation survey हो या कोई अन्य चैनल का भी जो इंटेलेक्चुअल एक्सरसाइज होता है, वो उस प्रकार से आता है. परंतु let me tell you, you used a very good analogy, Preeti ji. You said that this is like a school examination. For students, examination is most important. For people like us, we take this as a festival. This is the pious festival of democracy. It's like our Eid, it's like our Diwali, it's like our Holi. And for that purpose, we always take this very seriously, and we have started with a mission and a vision. The mission is how to take this country forward to the third position as far as economy is concerned, to take 25 crore people out of poverty, to double the expressways, double the highways. On the other hand, look at what you have. NDA is mission vision. There you have confusion and division. Confusion you can see in the manner that the Nyaya Yatra started. Mr. Milind Deora left, Bihar ke Sayojak left, RLD left. We were just discussing Uttar Pradesh. We have seen how in Kerala they have told Wayanad se aap niklo. In Maharashtra they are saying you're a zero party. You will not contest this seat. This will not contest that seat. So this kind of confusion is there. Mamta Didi has also said that I am declaring all 42 seats. And then there is the politics of division. If these people were confident, why would they play the North-South divide card or abusing Sanatan card? And this shows that they are uncertain, and therefore this also gives the confidence. If this was not 400 par for NDA, they should declare who their candidate is from Amethi, because logically Samajwadi and Congress have divided the seats in Uttar Pradesh. So why haven't they announced on a family bastion the name of the candidate of Amethi?
Okay. All right. Shehzad, as I bring in our Congress counterpart, so if you're actually quoting mood of the survey, then you will also have to accept कि 370 कुछ ज़्यादा ही हो गया, 400 तो बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया, क्योंकि हमने तो 335 दिए थे for the NDA, not for the BJP.
अभी तो लास्ट सर्वे कहाँ हुआ है आपका?
अच्छा चलिए, तो शहजाद, तो मतलब जो भी हमारा सर्वे होगा, you will be completely in key with that survey, correct, sir? You will believe our survey. ये नहीं बोलेंगे उस दिन कि ये आपने हमें थोड़ा कम दे दिया, हमारे तो कम से कम 50 और आएंगे इससे.
देखिए जो ट्रेंड रहा है प्रीति, विथ ड्यू रिगार्ड टू सी वोटर ऑलवेज कॉल्स हिमसेल्फ एज अ कंजर्वेटिव पोलस्टर, एंड इफ यू टेक द टैली ऑफ सी वोटर एंड मूड ऑफ द नेशन, इट हैज ऑलवेज फॉलन शॉर्ट ऑफ 30 or 40 फॉर बीजेपी, whether it was 2014 the opinion poll or the 2019. So you add that much to whatever you give in the last figure.
All right, okay. But our main survey is going to be accessed by India, and you do know it's spot on. But okay, we're going to come right back to that conversation later. Meeta Chakravarti, I want to bring you in. There's a basic question, Meeta Chakravarti, that I want to ask you. Finally, we'll have the election dates in 2 hours from now. This is a very important election, which the Congress has said multiple times. As per the Congress, this is an election where democracy could die if tomorrow the BJP is voted to power. This is an election for the India alliance, which is a test whether India stands by the constitution, because after this election, if the BJP comes into power as per the India alliance, there is no constitution. If this is such an important election, it clearly doesn't seem, Meeta Chakravarti, important enough for your top leadership to fight. You want the onus to be on voters, but you don't want to take to the Lok Sabha battlefield.
Good afternoon to all your viewers, and good afternoon to my fellow co-panelists as well. Now, firstly, I do not understand on what basis you are saying that Congress party is not taking this election seriously. Because I'll tell you what is happening within the Congress party and within the opposition parties. We have formed the Indian Alliance bloc. We have, in majority of the states, been able to come up with a pre-poll seat-sharing formula, including states like Maharashtra, including with parties like Aam Aadmi Party, parties like Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh. There will be states where we will have a post-poll strategy, where we will have an alliance in place, or where we will form an alliance after the election, because in states like Kerala, where BJP is a distant third, there is no point why Indian National Congress and the left front should share their political space. So the strategy will differ from one state to another. Secondly, we are going to the people of India with an alternative socio-economic vision. We are telling them as what we want to do to empower them, empower the buying power of the poor. We are telling them what our alternative vision is for job creation. We know what are the main issues that are affecting the masses, be it inflation rate, be it unemployment rate, and we are talking about people's issues.
All right,
so be it the formation of the alliance, be it the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, that
Meeta
has gone
Chakrabarti,
through
allow me a
15
rebuttal,
that
and I'll
is
ask
going
you a
through
question.
15 states
You are
for the
saying
Mass
that...
Connect program.
Right. No.
We are there on the ground and fighting this election very seriously.
I'll tell you why the media is allowed, or why I asked you a question in terms of why, if this election is so important, the top leadership taking on the battle where Lok Sabha is concerned. I'll give you an example, and I'll give you an analogy. If you were taking it seriously, would you reckon if it, I'll give you a cricketing analogy. If this was a match between, you'd say this is the biggest match of the World Cup between India and Pakistan, correct? Because it's so important, this election. And when I'll ask you why you're not so serious, you've got those who've been warming the benches to take to the field. Your playing 11 are missing on the battlefield. That's my question. Limited point, ma'am.
So why would you say the playing 11 are missing on the battlefield when a Mass Connect program is going on, when a yatra is going on?
I'll tell you why, ma'am. A Sachin Pilot should be opening a Sachin Pilot, who's a youth Neta, you call him a Yuva Neta, a leader of the masses, where Rajasthan and possibly India is concerned. Sachin Pilot should have been opening. Ashok Gehlot should be the middle order. You should have got a Rahul Gandhi, a Priyanka Gandhi, all guns blazing, all in. Digvijay Singh, Kamal Nath, throw them all into the mix. You inspire your cadre by doing that, ma'am. That's a basic limited point.
Okay. Can I please come back
and then
to
I'll
that?
bring in Shehzad.
All of them are playing in their respective areas. So this is absolutely a misleading notion. And secondly, about the opinion poll, yes, definitely the agencies have their own formula, their own ways of doing surveys. But it is just an opinion poll. The first vote has not been cast. So please, my request to sections of media will be that let us not get carried away by opinion polls and surveys. The election is going to happen, and on the result date, we will know. And the results, according to me and according to our internal assessment, will be very, very different from the figures that are being portrayed or that are being shown in opinion polls and surveys.
Meeta Chakrabarti, you'd say that I'm being harsh again. 2019, you had your own internal assessment carried out, helmed by Praveen Chakrabarti, which gave you that election. Just going back to what happened in 2019. But I want to bring in Shehzad into this conversation, and Shehzad, I actually I was quite astounded looking at the list, because one of the main issues of the BJP taking on the India alliance has been Parivarwad. You're no different. Your last list had 15 names, and it's not that, leave alone an Anurag Thakur, leave alone a Piyush Goyal, which are products of dynastic politics, but you would say they've earned their spurs. But Eknath Khadse, daughter-in-law of Eknath Khadse, daughter of former Minister Gopinath Munde, son of Minister Radhakrishna Vakil Patil, son of BSY, son of daughter of K. Kishore Dev Burman, son of MP Sanjay Dhotre, son of former MP Tukaram, wife of former Minister Ratan Lal Kataria, wife of MP Mohan Delkar, daughter of MLA Vijay Gavit. List is never ending, Shehzad. Parivarwad cuts both ways.
Let me make a comment on this for 30 seconds and then let me make some other points, but give me adequate time.
Sure.
Let me deal with this point first since you've raised it. Preeti, you and your husband both are in the media. And don't take it personally, I'm giving an analogy. Both are there on the basis of the strength. Tomorrow, even if you all have a child, and that child can also choose to come to media, nobody can stop her or him. He may or she may even say that I want to come to India today. That also nobody can stop. Nobody should stop. But if they say that after Preeti's 7 o'clock show, Preeti's daughter or son will take over, that is Parivarwad. Lalu ke baad Tejaswi takes over. That is Parivarwad. Mulayam ke baad Akhilesh takes over. Stalin ke baad Udaynidhi takes over. Sonia ke baad Rahul takes over. That means the position of president or prime minister is reserved. Nobody in the constitution or in other system can stop a well-meaning person who has contributed, whether it is Preeti's son or daughter, and God bless your family, if she wants to come or he wants to come to media. But if you tell Kalipuri that no, after I go 7 p.m. will only be anchored by my daughter, then that is Parivarwad, and therefore that is the example, and I think that would have cleared up your mind. But having said that, now let me come to the other point. How times change, Preeti. You remember when we used to sit for the opinion polls of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, these people used to celebrate your opinion polls. Are Madhya Pradesh mein hamari aa rahi hai. Are Rajasthan mein neck to neck fight hai. I remember Rajdeep used to be so enthusiastic about that. Chhattisgarh mein hamara Bhupesh Baghel thali khakar aa gaya, it's coming, it's coming. They used to celebrate your opinion polls, and now नाउ दे आर सेइंग ओपिनियन पोल को सीरियसली नहीं लेना है. चलिए टाइम की बात है. दे आर नाउ डिशिंग आउट दी ओपिनियन पोल्स ऑफ इंडिया टुडे. नो प्रॉब्लम. कांग्रेस का चरित्र बदलते रहता है. जिनको कल गाली देते थे दिल्ली में, अब उनके गले मिल रहे हैं. एंड देखिए कितना अनोखा गठबंधन. व्हाट अ यूनिक गठबंधन. दे आर सेइंग वी आर सेविंग डेमोक्रेसी. ओके, दे आर सेइंग, बट इन बंगाल ममता दीदी इज थ्रेट टू डेमोक्रेसी. इन केरला पिनराई विजयन इज थ्रेट टू डेमोक्रेसी. इन पंजाब व्हेन खेरा इज अरेस्टेड आम आदमी पार्टी इज थ्रेट टू डेमोक्रेसी. बट वी आर सेविंग डेमोक्रेसी टुगेदर in the center. And finally, I like one point about Meeta ji. She has, at least for first time, said that we are giving alternate template of politics on certain issues. So let's test it. Meeta ji, with due respect, Priyanka Gandhi said in 2022 in Himachal, 1 lakh sarkari jobs will be given in Himachal in the first cabinet meeting. Then Sukhu ji says 1 lakh jobs नहीं दे सकते हम, रोजगार की बात कर रहे थे. 1500 रुपए प्रति महिला को देने वाले थे. कितनी महिलाओं को दिया? महंगाई बोलते हो, you increase 6 rupees of diesel in Himachal Pradesh. In Karnataka पानी पीने को नहीं मिल रहा है. India Today is covering this issue on a daily basis. In Karnataka you have increased the electricity prices. So where have you fulfilled your guarantees or promises?
All right. Okay, you know, I welcome the blessings, Shehzad, for my family. But I'll also come back. You gave a very elaborate list.
I bless you.
No. I welcome the blessings, but you gave a very elaborate list. Let me ask you a question. Wife of former Minister Ratan Lal Kataria, Banto Kataria. Unfortunately, Ratan Lal Kataria ji passed away last year, 2023. He's holding the Ambala constituency. Now, Banto Kataria, who her entire life, Shehzad, entire life, has never fought an election. Banto Lal Kataria is your Rabri Devi. So it's a little rich when you talk about it. So, you know, put it all in context. The BJP where Parivarvad is none the richer. But allow me to go into a break and I'll come right back. But once again, your blessings are most welcome and I actually do believe you mean it.
Can I answer about this?
Sure.
Can I answer about
Sure,
this?
of course.
On this point, first of all, just 10 seconds because I know you need to take a break.
Yeah.
In BJP, no ticket is decided as a matter of right of a family. It is decided from top to bottom. There is consultation. For instance, New Delhi seat, I was consulted. After all the Karyakartas from top to bottom in CEC, in core committee, they recommend the name on the basis of the best combination that can be given in that seat. Then the name is given. It is not as a matter of right, like in the case of Rabri Devi or in the case of Tejasvi or in the case of
But Rabri Devi also would have worked. Okay,
No. Shehzad dynasty culture
No. Rabri was made
is
despite
wrong
there being
at the
many other
level.
people who...
Okay, but no. Okay, I'll give you an example again. Who asked, where Haryana politics is concerned, Ashok Tawar actually, and you and I know better, Shehzad, and I'm sure you know, wanted to fight the seat of Ambala. It's a reserved seat. Ashok Tawar is a Dalit politician, wanted to fight it. It went to Banto Kataria. Banto Kataria got the seat because, like I said, Mr. Kataria, an old warhorse of your own political party, had passed away. But it's none the richer. The countdown for the State of War 2024 will officially begin. The clock, viewers, will start ticking from 3 p.m. this afternoon. The Election Commission coming together and announcing the dates for the mother of all elections. There is so much political commentary that has followed. Listen in.
लोकतंत्र का उत्सव है और भारत हम विश्व के सबसे बड़े लोकतंत्र हैं और जनादेश के आधार पर यहाँ सरकारें चलती हैं और मुझे लगता है कि इस बार एक ऐतिहासिक जनादेश के लिए जनता ने मन बनाया हुआ है और पॉजिटिव आशा विकसित भारत इसके लिए इस बार जनादेश जनता देगी और इस उत्सव में हम सब लोग सम्मिलित हों बस यही है।
पूरा देश बड़ी बेसब्री से चुनाव आयोग की घोषणा का इंतजार कर रहा है। पूरा देश इंतजार कर रहा है उन पलों का जब पूरे देश में लोकसभा के चुनावों के लिए मतदान होगा। पूरा देश आतुर है कमल के फूल का बटन दबाकर तीसरी बार पुनः मोदी साहब को देश का प्रधानमंत्री बनाने के लिए
पूरा चुनाव आचार संहिता का पूरी तरह से पालन करते हुए निर्वाचन आयोग के द्वारा जो भी चुनाव आचार संहिता जारी की जाएगी उसका पूरी तरीके से पालन करते हुए लोगों के बीच में जाएंगे, लोगों से बात करेंगे, लोगों से जनसंपर्क करेंगे।
जम्मू कश्मीर को अब लगभग 10 साल हो गए हैं असेंबली इलेक्शन देखे हुए। कहने के लिए तो हमारे जो साबका सदर हैं रामनाथ कोविंद जी, उन्होंने रिपोर्ट पेश की है 1 नेशन 1 इलेक्शन। अब जम्मू कश्मीर से अगर आप शुरुआत नहीं कर सकते तो हम क्या उम्मीद करेंगे। कि वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन का जो ये डंडोरा पीटा जा रहा है कहीं ये लोगों को धोखा देने के लिए और बेवकूफ़ बनाने के लिए तो नहीं है, क्योंकि जैसे मैंने कहा हमारे तो इलेक्शन अभी होने हैं, ये सुनहरी मौका है, करिए पूरी तरह से जमहूरियत यहाँ पे कायम।
हम पूरी तरह से तैयार हैं, देश तैयार है, बदलाव के लिए ये देश तैयार हो रहा है। और आपने देखा किस तरह से हमारी भारत जोड़ो न्याय यात्रा में हमने अपना पूरा एजेंडा इस चुनाव का क्या होना चाहिए उसको रेखांकित किया। लगातार खड़गे साहब और राहुल गांधी इसको रेखांकित कर रहे हैं। हमारे जो 5 न्याय हैं वो युवाओं के लिए हो, महिलाओं के लिए हो, श्रमिकों के लिए हो, किसानों के लिए हो, हिस्सेदारी न्याय हो, आदिवासियों, सबके लिए हमने अपना एजेंडा बिल्कुल मुखर तरीके से सामने रखा।
ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण चुनाव है। इस चुनाव में हमारा देश में इंसानियत बचेगा ना हयावानियत जारी होगा, सेकुलरिज्म रहेगा ना सांप्रदायिकता रूल करेगा, डेमोक्रेसी रहेगा या फेस्टिवल स्टैब्लिश्ड होगा। ये ऐसा बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण सवाल इस चुनाव में आने वाला है, इसलिए चुनाव बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
अभी तो पार्लियामेंट का इलेक्शन आज डिक्लेयर होने वाला है, तो उसके बारे में कैसा जो करना है, कैंपेनिंग करना है, उसके बारे में हमने चर्चा की। कल इंडिया अलायंस की हमारी जो सभा होने वाली है, रैली होने वाली है, उसके बारे में हमने चर्चा की है। और सीट शेयरिंग ये तो सब हमारे जो मित्र पक्ष है उनके लिए कुछ हमें देना है, जगह देना है, उसके बारे में भी चर्चा की।
All right, just in a few hours, we will know the dates for 2024 elections, viewers. And, like I pointed out earlier, till the time you don't have the date sheet in your hand, the writing is really not on the wall. And this time, the clock starts ticking 3 p.m. onwards. What we are expecting, if we go by the yardstick of 2019, then the first vote was cast on the morning of 11th April. It was a 7-phase election. Are we expecting the same kind of format to follow? Let me bring in our panelists. Sanjay Singh, consulting editor, IANS. Rashid Kidwai in the studio with us, political analyst. Shehzad Poonawala remains with us. Meeta Chakravarti remains with us. Sanjay Singh, coming to you. What are we expecting, Sanjay Singh? Similar lines of 2019, a 7 to a max 8-phase election, and possibly second week of April kickstarts?
Yeah, broadly on those lines, because if you see earlier there used to be gap of 45 days. Now it has almost become a standard practice that from announcement of polls to first phase of poll, it is broadly 30 days. So since today is 16, so you can roughly estimate as to when the first phase of poll would be done. Also very interesting would be to see what are the dates of the 4 assembly elections which are going for the polls. True. And in most states, except for 2 in the northeast, BJP and BJD are of course tying up.
Sanjay, are you expecting Jammu and Kashmir also to be announced? Because we are getting an indication that Odisha, Arunachal, Andhra, Sikkim dates will be announced. Do you see Jammu Kashmir being announced today, or do you think not today?
I think Jammu and Kashmir wouldn't be announced today for a reason that assembly elections ideally could have happened with the parliamentary election. I think there was a thought that when simultaneous election are announced in Jammu and Kashmir, you stretch your security agencies limit to the maximum possible extent, and perhaps to some difficult situations, whereby in assembly elections you have a large number of candidates, and providing security for mischief and miscreants, there is an opening, you leave an opening, and change the whole narrative about the democracy, about the security scenario, about a whole lot of other things. So possibly as far as I can speculate at this moment, though I should not, but if I have to, then I would say that assembly post Jammu and Kashmir election will happen only later. 2-3 months later, of course, Supreme Court has given the deadline of September. Prior to that, of course, there is, of course, a mood and momentum after Prime Minister's hugely successful rally in the Valley and also in Jammu. So Amit Shah also held a rally for the first time. Such rallies happening in the Valley. And there is still a thought among sections of people that they should ask Election Commission, they should, in fact, from BJP, from their side, should plead for simultaneous elections so that they can encash on Prime Minister's popularity in assembly elections also. But that perhaps...
right. Sadly, speculation has become the job of a political analyst in this day and age. But Rashid Kidwai, do you concur with what Sanjay Singh says, that in all probabilities we should also get the dates for Jammu and Kashmir?
Yes, Jammu Kashmir is an integral part of India, so there should be assembly elections along with Lok Sabha election as quickly as possible. But I have a hunch, Preeti, it depends. Sauda patai ki nahi. The BJP needs, credible face, a winnable face in the state. Unless that's arrived at, I don't think the BJP will venture into it.
And there's been, Meeta Chakravarti, what's the update, if you can tell us? Are you tying up with the NC, not tying up with the NC? I'm taking off from what Rashid Kidwai says. Is Omar Abdullah going with the Congress, not going with the Congress? Because the father says not going alone. Omar Abdullah says going with the Congress. And most of us are in the middle of that, a little confused.
No, I don't think I will indulge in any speculation on television studio. The announcements are to be made at the right time, and it will be made by the right people, the authorized people in the parties. So, yes, there are ongoing discussions, but I'm not in a position to make an announcement. And regarding elections in Jammu and Kashmir, yes, like the rest of the nation, most people will feel. I think it's high time that there are elections held there in that state.
Okay. Meeta Chakravarti, I'll revisit our conversation the last time around, and I'll bring in Shehzad after that. And that conversation is where you talk about whether you're serious. You have a party which had a possible historic mandate in 2019. Yet, that political party has released over 200 names where the Lok Sabha elections are concerned. Your political party, I'm not talking about the alliance, I'm talking about the Congress, is struggling to even do 100. You haven't even got close to that mark right now. On the other hand, if you look at Shehzad's party, ever since the last 2 years, they've identified 167, not strong, but weak seats to focus on and to try and regain strength where the BJP is concerned in those seats. They've attached 3 of those seats to each cabinet minister to make sure and attach accountability as well. This is possibly called preparation and taking an election seriously and not for granted.
Can I counter that argument, please? Can I counter that? First of all, I would like to counter it by asking you something. Given our India alliance formation, do you expect Indian National Congress to contest in the same number of seats as the BJP party is? So how can they be a like-for-like comparison? It's like comparing apples with oranges, isn't it?
Fair enough.
When BJP is set to contest on a larger number of seats, and when we have more number of alliance partners in different states in a pre-poll arrangement, comparing the list of candidates between BJP and Congress is not a like-for-like comparison. So the argument, the logic given is faulty. Number one. Number two, yes, when we talk about our preparation, we have clearly made a demarcation. There had been an election committee being formed with the likes of Ashok Gehlot, Bhupesh Baghel, Mukul Wasnik, obviously Kharge leading it, who had been doing the discussions as far as the alliances are concerned, as far as the candidate selections are concerned. And we have been having a massive Mass Connect program, which is being led by Mr. Rahul Gandhi, which traveled across 15-odd states, from Manipur to Mumbai.
So that's your connect. You're saying you're trying to build...
working on the ground as well as alliances are being formed.
Shehzad wants to come in for a rebuttal.
Alternative vision.
Okay. Ms. Chakravarti, allow me. Let me bring in Shehzad, who wants to come in for a rebuttal with what you're saying. Go ahead, Shehzad.
Preeti, I never expected that the official national spokesperson of Congress would openly admit that India alliance is not for Modi hatao, it is for Congress ghatao. She is openly acknowledging कि अब तो कांग्रेस की सीटें घटनी है सब जगह से. This is the existence of the Congress today. The grand old party is saying कि हमें तो उतनी सीटें भी नहीं मिलेगी जितनी पहले कंटेस्ट करते थे. प्रीति जी, क्या से क्या हो गया? 425 वाली पार्टी के क्या दिन आ चुके हैं? चलिए छोड़ देते इस विषय को. अब इन्होंने कहा मास कनेक्ट प्रोग्राम. प्रीति जी, मास कनेक्ट देखिए, गुवाहाटी से शुरू हुआ मास कनेक्ट चौपाटी से मिलिंद देवरा निकल गए, फिर उसके बाद मास कनेक्ट यूपी में आया तो आरएलडी निकल गई, बिहार में आया तो नीतीश बाबू निकल गए, बंगाल से जहां पर मीता जी रहती होंगी शायद से वहां से उनका जुड़ाव है, संदेश खाली पर चुप रहने के बाद भी दीदी निकल गई, केरल में वायनाड से निकलने बोल दिया। तो ये तो गजब का मास कनेक्ट है कि एलाई कनेक्ट नहीं हो पा रहे, पंजाब में नो कनेक्ट, दिल्ली में पूरा कनेक्ट, तो ऐसा गजब का कनेक्ट है। एंड प्रीति जी, जस्ट 10 more seconds, what is this election about? On the one hand, you have MKG, मोदी की गारंटी, इट ऑल्सो ट्रांसलेट्स इनटू मोहनदास करमचंद गांधी। मोदी की गारंटी क्या है? 370 बोला था, हटाएंगे, हटाया, राम मंदिर बनाएंगे, बनाया, सीए लाएंगे, लाया, यूसीसी बोला था, वो इंप्लीमेंट होना शुरू हो गया, नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम बोला था, किया, 10वें से 5वें स्थान पर लाया, 11 करोड़ टॉयलेट बनाए, 12 करोड़ टैप कनेक्शन दिए, तो हमने 25 करोड़ लोगों को गरीबी से निकाला। और दूसरी तरफ क्या है? राहुल जी की नौटंकी, मतलब 90s की पॉलिटिकल टेम्पलेट जिस पर वो खुद खड़े नहीं उतरते। हमने तो 2 ओबीसी मुख्यमंत्री बना दिए, नायब सैनी को भी बनाया, मोहन यादव को भी बनाया, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ओबीसी। आपने किसको बनाया? रेवांत रेड्डी हु अब्यूज्ड द कुर्मी जाति एंड सेड कि कुर्मी कास्ट इज लोअर कास्ट, माय कास्ट इज, माय डीएनए इज बेटर। So my point is that they are going on the north-south divide. They are going on dividing people on caste lines. We are offering roadmap for next 1000 years, and they are taking India back to the last 1000 years. Okay. This is the difference. Modi ki guarantee and Rahul ki nautanki.
All right. Okay. Ms. Chakravarti wanted to come in. Meeta Chakravarti, please go ahead and respond.
See, the problem with Mr. Punewala is, and I do not want to make any personal remark, is that he always tried to interpret and give a spin to a narrative and take it to a different level. So when you talk about Parivarvad, he would tell you as why his Parivarvad is not Parivarvad, and any Parivarvad done by any other political party is Parivarvad. So what do I say? So when we do a Mass Connect program, it becomes Rahul Gandhi ki nautanki. And when we talk about guarantees, and that had been accepted by the people of states like Karnataka and Telangana, then it is not guarantee or it is not poll promise. But when Modi ji talks about the same guarantee, it becomes Modi ji ki guarantee. We are clearly talking about people's issue. We are talking about price rise. We are talking about unemployment. We are talking about secular values being restored. We are talking about the federal structure of the country being respected. We are talking about democratic ethos being respected. And we are going with a vision. We are going with a pre-poll alliance. We are going with credible faces because this alliance has got credible chief ministers in the alliance. And yes, we are not talking about divide. We do not base our politics on hate politics.
Okay.
We are not talking about religious intolerance. We are going there with a concrete proof, with the values that we believe in, and let the people decide.
All right. Okay.
Yes, this election is
I need to go into a break, but Shehzad, come in for a rebuttal and we'll cut across back to Sanjay and Rashid after that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we are going to celebrate
Preeti
the
ji,
elections.
Udayanidhi Stalin wanted to eliminate, please madam, it is my time. Udayanidhi Stalin wanted to eliminate Sanatan. High Court, Supreme Court called it out. Is it Mohabbat ki dukan or Nafrat ke bhaijan? The statement made by A. Raja, Mohabbat ki dukan, Nafrat ke bhaijan. Secular politics, wah, gajab ka secularism. Uddhav Sena in Maharashtra, which destroyed Babri. Then Muslim League in Kerala, which was for partition of India. And then ISF Furfura Sharif in West Bengal, who was begging for blood of Hindus. Wah, what a secular alliance this is. Apart from that, price rise, why did you increase 6 rupees
Ma'am, I'll come to you. Allow. Come on.
No answer.
Extend the same courtesy that you were extended. Always works.
And finally, on Rozgar, I've asked specific question that 1 lakh sarkari jobs were promised in Himachal. Kitna diya bhai? Bata do. Okay. In Rajasthan, you had 20% berozgari dar, you were booted out. In Madhya Pradesh, you had 2% berozgari dar, we were voted in after 18 years.
Okay, on that note, I'm going to slip into a quick break.
Can I come in for 10 seconds, please?
Ma'am, 5 seconds, I need to go into a break. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so Chhattisgarh also had the lowest unemployment in the whole country. And that was a Congress-ruled government at that time. And let me also come back on the hate politics. It's Anurag Thakur who said Gaddaro ko goli maro, or Pragya Thakur who said Nathuram Godse Deshbhakt.
No, he did not say that. He
did
not say that.
Different BJP leaders.
He didn't say the entire statement. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, so he didn't complete the entire statement. Ms. Chakravarti, what he said was just the initial half. It was completed by the crowds who were in that rally.